Hey guys, it's Owen from Wrestling Inc. back with another wrestling news roundup. Without any further ado, let's get into today's biggest stories in the world of professional wrestling. WWE Backstage morale reportedly low after the Royal Rumble. The morale after Saturday's WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view was low compared to most recent WWE events, according to a report by PW Insider. One WWE talent stated to PW Insider that the reason for the low morale was because of how they were all in a whirlwind over the constant changes to the event. The reported source said, quote, "We were all in a whirlwind. Just as you had your role and spots down, everything started over and over, and now most of us were back to square one. It changed again and again and again. It wasn't an easy night, even before we hit the ring." As noted earlier, the men's Rumble match had, quote, literally 20 changes made, while the women's Rumble match experienced the same issues. Brock Lesnar was the winner of the 30-man Royal Rumble main event. Earlier on in the show, Bobby Lashley became a two-time WWE champion by defeating Lesnar. Lesnar was attacked by WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, and he was assisted by Paul Heyman, who turned on Brock. The winner of the women's Royal Rumble match was Ronda Rousey. Shane McMahon reportedly booked for next two WWE pay-per-views. Shane McMahon is reportedly booked for both the Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania 38, according to Dave Meltzer. Meltzer noted in Sunday's Daily Update that Shane McMahon is on the WrestleMania 38 card, but as of a few days ago, it still hasn't been finalized. Shane entered the men's Rumble match at number 28 and was eliminated by Brock Lesnar. Results of Saturday's WWE Royal Rumble event can be found at WrestlingInc.com. The Elimination Chamber is February 19th in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The last time Shane was there was at Super Showdown in 2019, where he defeated Roman Reigns. WrestleMania 38 is April 2nd and 3rd from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. At WrestleMania 37, former WWE star Braun Strowman defeated Shane in a steel cage match. Brock Lesnar to choose WrestleMania opponent on Monday Night Raw. WWE.com has announced that the winner of the men's Royal Rumble match this weekend, Brock Lesnar, will make his way to Raw tonight to choose which title he will compete for at WrestleMania 38. It will be interesting to see who he chooses, as it's been reported for months that the intention is to have Roman Reigns defending his Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. It was also revealed via WWE.com that Bobby Lashley, the man who defeated Lesnar with some help from Roman Reigns, will be ushering in the Almighty era once again. But will Brock interrupt him? Or another potential challenger perhaps? We previously noted how the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, Ronda Rousey, will also be making her return on Monday's post-Rumble Raw at the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Update on Bad Bunny's WWE future. As noted, international hip-hop star Bad Bunny made his return to WWE this weekend as the 27th entrant into the men's Royal Rumble match. His arrival in St. Louis was spoiled ahead of time from online images, and the arena was selling new Bad Bunny merchandise as soon as doors opened. Even still, the crowd popped loud for his entrance into the Rumble, and Bunny put on another impressive showing as an in-ring rookie. For fans wondering if Bad Bunny will now be on his way to a program for WrestleMania, the answer is no, according to PW Insider. The fact that Bad Bunny has two sold-out tours coming up, which was mentioned on commentary, will keep him away from the ring indefinitely. He is scheduled to perform in Miami, Florida on the 2nd and 3rd of April, the two nights of WrestleMania 38. It's noted that Bad Bunny is considered a part of WWE and can drop in whenever his schedule allows him to, and they have a place for him. He said in multiple interviews in the past how he's a lifelong fan of WWE and it's a dream come true to work inside the squared circle. Other surprises this weekend, though spoiled before the show, included Shane McMahon's return, Drew McIntyre returning from injury early, and Brock Lesnar entering at number 30 and winning. Backstage news on Drew McIntyre's return, more men's Royal Rumble notes. Going into Royal Rumble weekend, there was speculation that Drew McIntyre might somehow return from legitimate injuries early to participate in the match. In the end, we did see McIntyre back inside of a WWE ring. Not only that, but he made it down to the final two with his past nemesis Brock Lesnar, unfortunately succumbing to defeat. It was noted by PW Insider that Drew went above and beyond to try and make his return a surprise for fans. He arrived at the stadium late into the show, and since the venue itself is so massive, several people in the company didn't know he was present until he made his way to gorilla position. It was also mentioned that the men's Rumble match had literally 20 changes made over the course of the day prior to the event starting. Stars that weren't seen during the show but were present backstage include Xavier Woods, The Undertaker, and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle, who was also filming WWE Network content. Backstage news on Ronda Rousey's WrestleMania matches. Ronda Rousey made her return to WWE this weekend, winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. She entered in the 28 slot, lasting just over 10 minutes before throwing Charlotte Flair out at the end. During her stint in the match, she was able to make a total of 4 eliminations. On the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that from the moment the deal was struck between WWE and Ronda Rousey, she was always planned to be the winner of the Rumble. No changes had been made late, as this was the direction from the start. Right now, it's expected that she will challenge Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 38. At one point, Ronda Rousey facing her long-term rival Becky Lynch was an option. However, that match is expected to be taking place next year at WrestleMania 39. The former UFC star will be around with the company until at least that point. During that period, she is expected to be a full-time star with WWE. Rousey is set to be a regular member of the roster, and she will not just be around for a quick WrestleMania program. While it is currently unknown how often the former Raw Women's Champion will work, she is set to be doing big shows for the company. Her next appearance has already been confirmed for Monday Night Raw this week. Previously, Ronda had not been seen inside a WWE ring since WrestleMania 35. She competed in the main event of that show against Lynch and Flair, with Becky managing to capture both titles. Following that point, Rousey has taken a break from wrestling in order to start a family, giving birth to her daughter last year. Earlier this week, Becky Lynch had commented on the reports of Rousey returning to WWE via Twitter. She wrote, quote, "Was wondering if you'd show up again. I've still got the Raw Women's Championship and she's doing great." Lynch successfully defended the title against Doudrop at the Royal Rumble. So what are your thoughts on the stories covered today in the Wrestling News Roundup? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling Inc. and I'll speak for you again very, very soon.